You know, I think back in the day, if like a magazine wouldn't like maybe an idea that I had, I would change that idea or the photographer and be like, okay, yeah, we'll do something, yeah. And now I'm a bit like, well, if you don't like it, well, fuck off. And I was like, and if you don't get it, then you don't get it. And I'll do it for someone else who might get it.
Hi everyone, and thank you for joining us for the last episode of the LEWK with me, Jonbenet Blonde. Style to the stars, winner, chicken dinner, it's Harry Lambert!
Hey,
You're right, say?
how are you? You look stunning. You look gorgeous.
Yeah, you know, I couldn't decide, so I just done both. It's like Kylie Extra, but like with like, oh God, is it a bit Jeffree Star? I hope not. How are you, hon?
I'm good. Being busy, which has been weird, but nice. I saw you at the Britney night, but that was like really amazing, but really weird to be in like a show setting.
Yeah,
it's like weird,
especially because like it's. I mean, like for everyone watching, that was a Britney show that I done like at the Glory downstairs when it was social distance, but it's still weird. Like you can't have smoke, you can't have. There's like smoke effects that is not smoking inside, obviously. But like was it Vogue? It was Vogue Fabrics that we first met, wasn't it?
I was friends with the fabulous like lesbian bouncer woman.
Mitch.
I think she might have worked behind the bar as well a bit.
Yeah.
And she also used to like give me extra drinks and stuff.
Oh yeah, we did. Do you know what? That's where I first met Louis Banks, and Louis Banks always. I used to get like we'd give our mates like a couple of free drinks, and Louis always used to hate the fact that I would always never give him a free drink, and I was like, "You can afford it, you're fine," and he was like, "I can't. I'm living on bread," and I was like,
I used to live like over the road from Vogue Fabrics, and a lot of the time it was quicker for me just to go home and go to the bathroom at my
yeah. I'll go to get a drink as well. Go get a drink, come back.
Do you know what I really realized? I really realized that I didn't go out enough, like to like go dancing. Like,
really?
Yeah, like I went, but I don't think like I went enough. I definitely just before lockdown, I was like, I wouldn't go out dancing, and then like,
yeah.
Drag is really like important. Like there is a lot of drag in London, but I don't know, maybe it was just me, but like I didn't go and see enough. I don't feel like I went and saw enough of it before.
Yeah.
Like, and now it's really got me craving wanting to go see it. Like I was meant to go see Death Drop
right.
at the Historic Theatre for my birthday. Like Holly Stars and it had us drag queens in. And I was just like, it was like the highlight of the year. I was like gagging to go, and then I couldn't go because like it got cancelled.
From speaking to everybody, this sort of project for me has just been really about. It's been not only like has it been about fashion really, but it's also been about mental health and about the fact of like how we've been feeling.
I think we're going to be a place where people are much more focused on what they want to do, because you know, like before, I think there was a sense of like more is better and doing everything and like trying to be everywhere and put out loads of content and stuff like that. And I think if anything, lockdowns made me focus more on not quantity but trying to like quality, well hopefully quality. Sounds horrible, but saying no to things and kind of really making sure if I'm doing something, I'm doing it well and with enough attention and enough love. You know, I think back in the day, if like a magazine wouldn't like maybe an idea that I had, I would change that idea or the photographer and be like, okay, yeah, we'll do something, yeah. And now I'm a bit like, well, if you don't like it, well, fuck off. I was like, I want it, and if you don't get it, then you don't get it, and I'll do it for someone else who might get it. I've been really lucky because, like, at the moment, I'm working on quite a few red carpets. And so I've been lucky in terms of like working with the design teams and stuff and like working on ideas and concepts and stuff.
You've obviously done that for a while with Harry. Is it a different ball game doing it with Emma Louise Corrin because it's women's wear? Is it like, I mean, obviously it's as exciting, but like, because like she's got such a claim for an amazing part, like, you know what I mean? It's like, is it a bit like a kid in a candy shop? You're like, woo!
Yeah, like I love women's wear, and and it's always been like, I came from a men's wear background assisting and stuff. So like coming into women's wear has always been like a slow process. And then it's just so fun to work with Emma, and like she really wants to have loads of fun and wear loads of crazy things.
Who was a mentor for you, and was there a lesson that they give you that you would now pass on to any of your assistants that is your like key thing
you know, when you meet a few people along the way and who really like influence the choices you make or what you do.
Yeah.
So I was really lucky to meet someone at university that really like brought me out of my shell, I guess, and kind of like introduced me to fashion and wearing stuff in a different way. And then like, I guess like when I was assisting at one stylist for 2 years, and you know, like the main thing he kind of taught me, and the main thing was just like to be nice.
Yeah.
So like the contacts, basically the jobs that I'm getting now and the things that I'm being put forward for and stuff are all for relationships that I've made when I was assisting, or like 10 years ago. Like Harry came from someone that, you know, I knew really early on and put me in touch with stylists. Like, you know, like this.
That is so important, I think, for anyone out there, that if you're working for somebody that's not treating you right, you leave. Like, no matter how big they are or whatever, if it's not the right fit, because there is the right fit for you out there working with somebody. Do you choose the design first or the fabrics? Would you look at fabrics first, or would you get an idea in your head and sort of sketch an idea and then look at fabrics?
So for Emma, so say for like Emma for the Crown premiere. So we want to do something custom. So basically we had a conversation, me and Emma, about kind of what we were thinking and what we could propose to Miu Miu to do. And then we found reference pictures, and I found this picture of a ballet dancer, a male ballet dancer, because we'd just done a shoot together where she kind of impersonated a male ballet dancer. And he was in this like the Buffalo Zine one, yeah. And then he was in like full egg blue, and I was like, oh, what if you were in this kind of like tights and like this kind of like jacket, and like, you know, it kind of started from there. And then we went through the latest Miu Miu show and started looking at fabrics and stuff, and we were like, oh, these fabrics from this garment are nice. And then we kind of basically put together a mood board and said like, we love this kind of print and these kind of colors. This is some mood references from ballet dancers, the silhouette and stuff like that, and kind of went from there. And in that process, like the design team came back with sketches and stuff, and then fabrics. And that's kind of how it came about, really. And like, that's what we're working on a minute for like red carpets.
If I'm like going through old books or on the internet or whatever, I take a picture of something. If I doesn't matter what it is, I just take a picture of it and like load it into a reference file, because I know it'll always, I can look back on that. And if I'm, you know, if something's coming up, something big or a big show, a lot of people don't actually use that reference point. They just think that like a design or something comes from mid-air. There is stealing an idea, and there's inspiration from an idea. Do you know what I mean? That's why sometimes stylists change with artists. You know, it's not like it's like a personal thing. It's just that it's a new direction. 100%.
Exactly. Like you look at like maybe like Beyonce, or, you know, I think she has gone through quite a few stylists, but I don't ever think she's done it because someone did a shit job.
No,
I think it's because they bring a fresh perspective on their album or their vision.
Speaking of mentors, and you being my mentor, and do you still have it, or do you need me to send it to you again, babe?
Time. I love it. Okay, right, I've got it.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna go from left to right. So my theme sort of in this, and I showed you a couple of references of Kylie in this, of like that sort of extra. I really wanted something. I wanted something that I'm going to be able to perform in. Fun. I keep on saying, I've said this in every episode. Fun, frisky use of color. You know what I mean? Like Romy Michelle house. Like so.
A bit of a slot.
So my two inspirations for this mood board were Sex in Pink. Well, and Gem and the Holograms, and so, and then obviously because I've got this new tip, babe. So then I was like, oh, maybe I'll incorporate this. So from left to right, the left one is sort of like the way that it's all crisscrossed. This is an insinuation of tinsel curtain. We've seen a few tinsel curtains over lockdown. I've seen a few weak ones. One, I hate seeing a drag queen when they've got like a really weak limp dick, like tinsel curtain behind them where it's like one. It's like, come on, babes, like, come on, we're the goods. Give us the goods. So the squiggly doodads are tinsel curtains. Pink. We'll go for pink. And the stars are, I have like from an old piece that I was working on, like pink acrylic. So the stars are that reference to Gem of like the star earring.
Yeah.
So this one is sort of like a one arm tinsel curtain top with like, that's very like, if you've got an under tit situation happening there. It's more the misfit side of like a gem and holograms. Super mini short skirt. And then the belt is sort of the star.
Oh, it's a belt.
Like, it's a belt, yeah. So the star rim, this is actually inspiration. Do you remember that YSL collection that Stefano Plotti done? That Madonna wore loads of it. It was all stars and like hexagons. And there was a gem and hologram shoot in V magazine.
Yeah.
And they used a lot of that collection for it. And it was made out of acrylic. Then the next one is again the iconic gem earring. Now synergy. With like a very like 90s Versace sort of like structured dress. And then with like a tinsel belt. Again, this is the most gem, like this is almost a replica of gem and the holograms. Third from left would be a short mini dress, full tinsel curtain moment, and then like statement necklace piece. It's very Joan Rivers from QVC.
Love a statement necklace.
And then last but not least, on the very right is like half bra made out of stars, and then half sort of like blazer dress. This is like the Erica Jane of the outfit.
Got you, yeah.
This is like Erica Jane does gem and holograms, which this is my favorite of all. Like, I'm not trying to persuade you in any way, means or does.
I know my favorite. What's the limitations with the breast bib? Like, you know, because you have to cover certain bits, right?
You have to be covered certain bits. It's like it comes like to about here. It's actually got about the same color on this.
You'll need to have someone to cover there, no?
Well, I mean, you can. I mean, you like the way you can get away with it, just being like, I could just do this. Yeah. I'll need a strap of some sort to go from there to there to hold the dress in place. So actually, realistically, I need a strap. You know, on the left side, there maybe needs to be. I need like a little neck strap anyway.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite one is number 1. Is my favorite.
Which is that? Is that the far left or far right?
Far left. Like the kind of like, you know, one arm exposed, one tit out kind of situation.
Oh, this one, the what do you call it one? The one that we're talking about, one the star bra.
Yeah, star bra. Yeah,
star
bra.
Yeah.
I mean, but I also feel like that's probably going to be one of the most difficult in terms of like construction.
Well, darling.
Well, you know, you like the bras. Well, I mean, if you've got a petite tit, I mean, that could definitely work then.
Yeah. Wait, do you know what I am going to do? I do have, the reason why I'm doing it, I have a lot of pink tinsel curtain left from hacking up. So I'm using a lot of that. So, like, we're recycling, really, what we're doing here.
Shabby chic.
Huh?
Shabby chic.
Shabby chic. Oh, my babe, that has been used to me too many times. Here comes the alley cat. I am the Amanda Holden alley cat of drag.
Well, if you do a long one, can you not then do a reveal so you can like whack it off and then show
I
legs?
could, but then I have to make it poppers, and I've tried poppers before. Not like that was wrong. I mean, I've obviously tried poppers before, but like, do you know what I mean? Also, it's for me, it's difficult. I'd rather have a zip. I'm a zip girl. I like to have a zip. I like to be enclosed. One last thing I wanted to ask before you go. What is your favorite runway song ever?
Oh yeah, it's when it's Work Bitch by Britney Spears. When Prada did that fur collection, you remember like it was all like really bright colours, and it had like all the faces all over it, the women's wear show.
Yeah.
And they had all like the furs like, and they were all dyed different colours.
Yes,
and, like,
I do remember that.
And then I remember watching it live, and it transitioned from like MIA or something into Work Bitch.
Did it?
And, like, you want a Lamborghini, you want a Maserati, like, and it was literally. And I remember watching, going like, "Oh my god, Britney Spears' song is in a Prada show."
That's quite iconic.
Look at that.
Working out, honey. Hiya, hon.
Oh, you just got the dress on.
You got the dress on. I've got the LEWK. I don't like. We didn't do it. I haven't done a tip bib. I don't know whether a tip bib's going to work for me or not. Like,
I don't think it's going to work with this dress, is it?
so I made a huge star and then I've lost it. So I have a small earring, but I feel like I made it better. So it's actually full length, babe. I mean, you can't really like. It's actually full length with like a side split.
Stunning.
Literally, it's not gonna. Look. This dress is gonna last 5 minutes. It's not gonna last long. Especially if I get caught in a fan or something. Like the star situation, like I'm enjoying this. I think that's actually worked quite well. The construction is not hideous. Like, I mean,
that is great.
I think like for like, you know, for a number in a wind machine, like far away, get caught in it. I think it's like quite fun. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, it's not going to last your whole life, but it's going to last for a number.
It's not going to last a full performance. But look,
love
I love
it
on the back. You don't mind.
Stunning.
Do you think it's a LEWK?
I think it's a LEWK. It's a
LEWK.
It's
a LEWK.
I love it. Stunning. Well done, Tibbs.
Well, thank you so much for being involved in this, honey.
No, it looks stunning. I love it.
I quite feel, I mean, you're going to see it in a, like, caught in a wind machine soon.
Can't wait.
Fingers crossed anyway. Fucking hell.
Fingers crossed.
Until the next time, darling. Thank you so much. Love you lots. Stay safe, Angel. Bye, love.